Learning English doesn't have to be boring. It's actually so much fun and stress-free. So in this video, I'm going to share how YouTube helped me become fluent in English and all the strategies that you can use to do the same. Let's begin by talking about why YouTube is a great tool. I think one of the best things about YouTube is that it's free and available almost everywhere. You don't need to buy textbooks or audios for listening. You have YouTube, so you can open it and you turn on the video and you can literally find anything on YouTube. A lot of content creators post a ton of videos every single day. So there are a lot of travel channels, educational channels, language channels, news channels, literally whatever you want to watch, you can find it on YouTube. This is extremely beneficial because it will expose you to different languages, different accents, different nuances that you might even won't be able to learn in a classroom with a teacher. Just because on YouTube, you're immediately exposed to different types of people and different types of perspectives. And let's be honest, YouTube is so much fun, unlike other traditional learning methods. You can choose contents that interest you. And this way, you will enjoy the process of studying English and you will progress a lot faster. I personally started studying English when I was 20 years old. And before that, I've never taken an entrance exam. I've never been abroad. I started at the bottom. In the first month of studying, I was locked in reading vocabulary books or doing textbooks. And at the time, I went to university and I was learning at the university, but the class was so boring. So what I did in the class was reading a textbook and filling in the blank and listening to the audio exercise. These were all boring. I literally hated it. But once I discovered those type of contents that I enjoy, like comedy channels or like vlog channels or sports channels, Hollywood movie stars, interview channels, I really enjoyed studying English and I fell in love with English because the materials, videos on YouTube is really interesting to me. Now I'm going to talk about how to choose the right contents on YouTube to improve and progress faster. The first most important step is following your interest. Think about what you love doing on daily basis. Maybe it's traveling or cooking or playing sports or going to the gym. So watch the videos that are connected to your interest because this way it's gonna feel less like studying and more like doing something that you genuinely like. So you're a lot more likely to stick with learning if it's something that you're really passionate about. All right, so the next step is watching according to your level because I see a lot of beginners watch super difficult documentaries on YouTube and then obviously they cannot understand and they end up giving it up. It is absolutely natural to feel demotivated if you are watching the contents that are way too difficult. Fortunately, on YouTube, we have a lot of educational channels that are targeted at learners of different levels. Once you become intermediate or advanced, you can move on to watching something more difficult. Because when I was a beginner, I started following a lot of YouTubers from the US that filmed vlogs. Just because they're sharing their everyday experiences. Like, I just woke up and then I just brushed my teeth and I just got ready and I just left my home. Something like that. And this is all the vocab that you learn when you're a beginner. And I'm gonna share 3 YouTubers that I was constantly watching and suitable for beginners. So the first one is the English Coach. She's an American teacher and her speech is very clear and easy to understand. She has some experiences for public speaking contests, so she's professional for speaking. And number 2, Lingua Marina. She's a not native English speaker, but her English is excellent. About 7 years ago, there were no much English contents like nowadays. So I've been watching her videos for 7 years and she was a pioneer of like learning language contents. So I really like her content. It's really easy to understand for beginners. She speaks English as a second language, so she is so relatable for us. And number 3, bilingual chica. I think everyone knows her. She's a native English speaker and she speaks really clear English. And she films a lot of vlogs, so it's very easy for beginners. And the next step, I think using subtitle is very amazing. I don't know why so many people are afraid of using subtitles. As long as you are using subtitles in your target language, like if you're watching a video in English, use subtitles, but not in your native language. Because obviously, if you use the subtitles in your native language, you're just gonna read your native languages and not paying attention to English. Subtitles are great because they can help you catch every single word. And if there are some words that you've never seen, you can just take notes. You'll be memorizing more and more words, especially when you are at intermediate stage. All right, the next important strategy to watch YouTube is active learning. But when I say active learning, I don't mean that playing a YouTube videos or going to a different room and doing something else. It's not like that. Most people end up playing a YouTube video just playing in the background, and it's not helping you improve your English skills at all. Don't just passively learn. Be active. I strongly recommend you to do dictation. Here's how it works. Pick up one video and pause every single sentence and try to mimic them, and repeat the sentence until you can naturally say it, until the word naturally come out of your mouth. In my case, when I was a beginner, I said the sentence for 30 times. If I say that 30 times, the sentence naturally came out of my mouth. Once you get it done, you go to the next sentence and you keep doing the same thing over and over again. You might think this sounds really tiring and annoying. I get that. But trust me, this is gonna help your English improve so fast. And here's the most important thing while you're doing dictation. Try to mimic every single details. The tone of voice or their gesture or their face expression or their accent, everything. If you do this, your brain will recognize how you speak English. Do you want to speak Japanglish at the end? No, right? You want to speak like a native English speaker. You want to speak like a British, or you want to speak like American. Dictation helps you not only fluency, but also the naturalness. I told you how to do dictation, but you still might not be sure how to do it. Don't worry. I made a video of explaining every single step of dictation methods. If you want it, just click the link in the down below. I'll send it to you for free. Another good thing about learning English by YouTube is that you can learn vocabulary and phrases. Learning vocab on YouTube is so much better than doing so in a textbook. Because again, YouTube has people's reaction. So you can know when the words are used in a real conversation. And that's something you can never do in a textbook. And also that's something I really like about YouTube. And if you're intermediate level, shadowing is a powerful method. It's kind of same as dictation, but it's a little bit different. So you pick a video and put the subtitles. You don't have to put subtitles if you don't want it. You can do whatever you want. And then you try to repeat everything after the speakers. Try to mimic their intonation and pronunciation and speed. This technique works very well when you want to learn rhythm and intonation. But there's one thing you have to be aware of. When you do shadowing, speaker's voice in the video and your voice gets kind of mixed up. So you kind of get confused and you don't know what you're saying. And so if you're a beginner, I recommend you to do dictation first. I also highly recommend engaging with the contents that you're watching. Leaving comments in English and engaging with some other viewers, maybe responding to their comments, something like this, because this will help your confidence in English a lot. Leaving some comments is actually you doing. It's your output. So output, like speaking and writing, is more difficult than input, like listening and reading. It is just so much easier to just watch a YouTube channel than just leaving a comment. So engaging with the content creator through comments, it's going to be the first good step. And another tip when you watch a YouTube content is that English expressions are pretty limited and repeated. So instead of watching many different videos at once, it's better to focus on one video and watch it deeply. But make sure the video that you choose actually use the kind of English that you want to learn. For example, you are not trying to study geography, right? If your goal is to learn daily conversation, vlogs and comedy shows are a good choice. So pick one video and try to understand it 100%. Of course, you have to look up new words and phrases along the way. And once you've done that, watch the same video again and again. And then you naturally understand what people are saying in a video and you naturally get English in your body, you're good to go. You're gonna go to the next video. You will naturally start to recognize the same expression and understand them instantly. I actually did it myself. I kept watching Hollywood movie star interviews for about 2 weeks. I thought they were cool and I loved watching it. So I kept watching it over and over again. And thanks to that, I was able to understand the similar expressions in other videos too. It may seem like a roundabout way, but trust me, this is actually the most effective way to improve your listening and speaking skill. And lastly, I want to tell you that if you are struggling to study English or if you feel stuck, I've made an English roadmap that guides you from zero to be fluent. Over 1,000 people already received it, and I got so many thank you messages. So if you want that English roadmap, you can click the link below and I'll send it to you for free. Alright, I think that's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in my video, please give me a like and please subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.